look, everybody has their types, all right? People like blondes, people like brunettes, people like Asian, people like chocolate skin, and then there's people who like whips and chains, tattoos and lip piercings, getting ragdolled around the room. Now, there's somebody I know, right, named Paul. Everyone is entitled to their own respective tastes. However, this man, Paul Levesque, is in a position of power, and he is using it not only to live out a fantasy, but to live out an apology that never happened. Triple H loves Rhea Ripley, okay? It is very clear, especially after watching the WWE Unreal documentary. Now you might say, oh, Intern John, you're reaching, bro. Let me take you back to 1996, right? Triple H and Chyna were in a relationship together. Okay, a real domestic relationship, owning a house together, living, sleeping, eating together, brushing each other's teeth, the whole shebang of being in a relationship, okay? Now they lived in New Hampshire on a street named Hunter Line. That is how much Chyna loved this man, okay? Now, initially they met by training under the same mentor, okay, Killer Kowalski. And shortly after that, Triple H took a liking of Chyna, and he would go the lengths to fight for her backstage against Vince McMahon and all the WWE executives, eventually skyrocketing her to mega levels of popularity, okay? There was talks at one point where she was auditioning for Wonder Woman, okay? That is just to put in perspective how popular this girl was. Now, Triple H obviously cheated on her and broke her heart, which led to a slew of mental health issues, drug-related issues that I won't get into because, you know, with respects to Chyna, rest in peace. But yeah, Triple H basically gaslit her and exiled her from the industry in the most cowardice type of way. And ever since then, Triple H has been regretting that decision, basically trying to reconcile and apologize through very eerie parallels between Chyna and Rhea Ripley, okay? Look at this. Rhea Ripley's ring gear in 2023, believe it or not, was modeled after Chyna's 1999 DX look. Okay, the designer's name is Jason Baker. Okay, Jason Baker is the guy, if you guys don't know. He designed the Fiend mask. Now, Jason Baker had this Instagram post back in 2023, which is now deleted, basically stating that Chyna's ring gear is a major inspiration for Rhea Ripley's ring gear. I guarantee you, Triple H is the guy that's pitching all this stuff to Jason, right? Feeding it to his ears, right? Showing his fucking slideshow full of Chyna pictures, basically, you know, saying, oh, I want this, so something like this would be great. Jokes aside, okay, rest in peace, Chyna. But Triple H, honestly, the guy is basically pitching all this stuff and trying to recreate his past lover. And I know that's so dark and eerie, but hear me out, okay? I got more stuff, okay? Now, Triple H, okay? You look at him before and he's like, oh shit, he's a badass. He's wearing crowns and leather and, you know, he's cool. He has his own aesthetic. Guess who influenced that aesthetic? Guess who put him onto that fashion style? Chyna. Now, Triple H at the time, when they were living together, the guy was just Hunter Helmsley Ernst. This boring ass British hybrid that was just trash, okay? Straight up, it was just trash. It was dropped super fast, and he knew he had to pivot. And guess who helped him pivot? Guess who helped him come up with these creative concepts to rebrand him into the King of Kings, the leather-wearing, water-spitting badass that he was? It was Chyna. All right? Now, look how dark that is. He took basically her whole identity, cheated on her with Stephanie, and now is taking her whole identity again and stitching it on Rhea Ripley. And like hugging her backstage in front of Stephanie, in front of Buddy Murphy. Okay? I know Buddy's punching the air. I know for sure he's punching the air right now. And bear with me, it gets even worse. In 2021, during the COVID era, Rhea Ripley debuted on the main roster. Okay? March 22nd, 2021. That's when she made her main roster debut. Okay? Now, 3 months later, June 2nd, 2021, WWE decided to release Buddy Murphy after 8 years with the company, man. That is brutal. And you're probably like, oh, Intern John, it's just a coincidence. Now check this out, okay? 3 months later of Buddy Murphy's release, Rhea Ripley all of a sudden wins the Women's Championship, basically launching her into the stratosphere of stardom. Okay? Triple H had this all planned out from the very start. He's like, oh, Buddy has to leave. Yeah. The thing is, I know Triple H for sure. He saw it as a liability to keep Buddy Murphy on the roster because like he knew what he was about to do to Rhea Ripley. Right? Boost her into stardom. That shit wouldn't be able to fly if Buddy Murphy was still there. Okay? Like that little touchy shit, that like work husband shit, it wouldn't fly. And since then, Buddy Murphy hasn't been re-signed, man. He hasn't been re-signed. Even though they had a perfect opportunity with Seth Rollins, Buddy Murphy could have been the guy. Just think about it for a second, okay? If you had a wife, if you had a girlfriend, right? And she's working at a different place than you. And her boss is just like, oh, talking in her ear, you know, touching her up or hugging her and all that shit. You would feel weird. Okay? Buddy Murphy, I know for sure. Him watching that documentary or like seeing clips online, you know the guy feels a little uncomfortable. You know that for sure. Right? Now to say that, oh yeah, he's not insecure, bro. What do you mean, dude? Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Now you might say, oh, you know, he hugged Io the same way. It wasn't the same way. All right, him hugging Io was like, oh, you know, I appreciate you. You're the champion. You belong here. All that stuff, right? Very sweet stuff from Triple H, by the way. But then when he does it to Rhea Ripley, it's like a full-on, he's locking her in like a rear naked choke, you know, talking in her ear, man. You know for sure Buddy Murphy's like, oh my God. He's up at night. He's thinking about this stuff. He's like, man, should I tell her? Should I not? You know, she's paying more of the bills around here. You know, like, damn, she's like making more money than me. I can't say shit. I'm just going to go to sleep. That's just what's happening, bro. All right. You can't tell me there's not one intrusive thought that is going on in Buddy Murphy's brain right now that is thinking that, right? What I just laid out to you guys. Okay, this Rhea Ripley glaze needs to stop because it stems from a darker past of Triple H's life. Honestly, every single time I see Rhea Ripley, it's a little eerie, man. You know, I can't really support her the same way that I used to because it's like, you know, oh man, this is just Triple H in his weird fantasies of recouping with Chyna. Okay. And it's like, it's almost like a guilt booking every single time. Like she's protected as like this, you know, oh, like she's a dominant wrestler. She never loses. She barely takes pins. That is because Triple H is protecting her. He is trying to rewrite the wrong of Chyna. Okay? Not only professionally, but just like, you know, in the relationship, man. Personally. And to me, that's so strange, man. It's so strange. I would rather see a Rhea Ripley in AEW or something. Like, I know she's a star here, but it's stemming from something weird. Okay, now if you were to say, oh, Triple H is just doing it because she's talented. Nah, man. How can you defend the ring gear? All right? He's collaborating with Jason Baker and making this ring gear together and coming up with concepts. Like, oh, you're so for this character. Tell me that's not fucking weird. Okay? Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this, man. Triple H, man, it's gotten so bad with him. And this is honestly the worst thing I found out about Triple H. And it's just disgusting, man. It's disgusting. Okay? I used to think it was a coincidence too, but nah. All right, this video, I hope you guys like learned something from this video. Triple H is a fantasizer, bro. All right? This guy doesn't just push people out just to push people. No, man. He's taking excerpts from his past and trying to make shit a reality. He's trying to guilt book and trying to rewrite the wrongs. It's truly disgusting, man. And again, I'm not saying, Rhea Ripley doesn't deserve the success. She's a great wrestler. She has a great character. But the booker, the guy in charge, shouldn't have this weird angle. You know what I mean? Shouldn't have this weird track record that's basically getting, you know, thrown into this mix. It's weird. Okay? Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys for sticking through. We're almost at 10K. We gotta hit 10K, man. August, I need to hit 10K. So all you guys, you better fucking subscribe, man. Or else, right? I'm gonna pull a Triple H with a sledgehammer at your front door. You want that to happen? All right, I see you, so you better subscribe. Right? Get your mouse, move it, and subscribe. Okay? Anyways, thank you guys for watching. All jokes aside, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Okay, uncovering Triple H's weird obsession with Rhea Ripley. And honestly, man, the Buddy Murphy part, you know, I feel bad for Buddy, man. Buddy's a great wrestler. You know, he's one of the guys that's like, you know, he's Aleister Black hybrid. He has that flipper vibe, that, you know, V-trigger, you know, flipper vibe. I don't even know how to describe that. But he's cool. He has talent. Triple H won't re-sign him, though. I guarantee you he won't. He's trying to keep Rhea to himself, okay? It's pretty clear. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Once again, you already know who this is, okay? The high-rise living, work right steady. Intern, John.